Tonight, it's our last episode of this season, and I couldn't be happier. Couldn't come soon enough.
Plus, it's seasonal holiday time of a non-specific denomination, so we'll show you how to literally beat the crowds to a pulp in search of the best gift deals.
All this and more right now on the Funyon. Welcome to the Funyon, the Adderall of the news world. I'm Logan Anderson.
And I'm MJ Hernandez. And I don't know where to get that hookup, so please stop asking me.
Breaking news at this hour, LSU has produced yet another porn girl, sending shockwaves throughout the Greek community. We now go to our porn correspondent, Joe Hagan, for the full-length HD story. Joe, thanks for being with us. I guess the most obvious question is, have you seen the video?
Well, Logan, thanks for having me. Hey, Mom. Porn star, who would have thought? As a connoisseur of all forms of media depicting coitus, I have analyzed the video intensely. It's your standard girl on a hotel bed type setup, nothing I haven't seen before.
So I heard that you've been working on compiling all of the porn videos produced by the LSU community from the same production company, and I understand that you've been using the skills you learned in a film critique class to critique them. Is that correct?
That is exactly right, Logan. It was a long, tiring process, but I knew that the information would be invaluable to the LSU community. I'm going to start off with some of the basics, some positive aspects of the film, which include the soft ambient lighting in the background. It's a nice touch, and you really need it. It's an essential for a porno. You really feel at ease and prepared for the girl's fleeting innocence.
As I'm sure you know, one of the biggest elements of any pornographic film is the plot. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Of course, I am a porn expert. The plot in these films happen to be one of the biggest weaknesses. There's simply too much exposition. I mean, if you have to forward the video 7 minutes before anything real happens, what are we even doing here?
What about some of the thematic elements of the film?
Well, this film clearly tries to position itself as a psychological thriller. It surely missed the mark on that one. But without the satisfaction of a roller coaster ride of emotion, this whole production seems devoid of anything positive. The actress clearly is trying to do her best, but the audience they can tell that the chemistry between her and her Mexican handler is just absent. It's absent in the film. The entire thing was tough to get through.
Any other issues with this film that you've noticed?
Well, I have. I noticed a few bloopers in these productions. One of them was that in the scenes you can clearly see a camera rigging, which is simply an inexcusable lack of attention from the director. Also, the sound at times is too low to truly get the full experience. I would recommend a pair of Beats headphones. And actually, if I think about it, the whole thing would be better in IMAX, honestly.
Finally, I guess we'll discuss the ending and your overall impression of the entire production.
Logan, let's just say that the climax of this film was anything but. It was a poorly choreographed scene that was just really sloppy. It's going to leave a terrible taste in my mouth. Overall, I give it 2 stars out of 5. It could have gotten 3, but it was a porno, so that's weird to give it 3.
Well, thank you, Joe, for your input. You can't catch Joe Hagan on 4 more years anymore, so I guess we'll never be seeing you again.
Absolutely. I'm planning to fall completely off the face of the earth after this, but I've been looking to get off the grid, so I think this is probably a good career move for me. Also, Logan, don't worry, I'll be sending you that vid soon.
Oh, don't worry, Joe. I already have it. An LSU student was charged with 6 counts of theft after allegedly photocopying a game ticket numerous times and selling them in what has become the most ingenious way to rip somebody off ever. Sources say the 23-year-old Brittany Dillon used her inkjet printer to make multiple copies of her ticket, failing to realize that the ticket was tied to her name. Despite the fact that the scam led to her arrest, many are calling it a pretty cool way to rip someone off, surpassing the previous title holder, the University Education System.
The LSU insect and pest community is in mourning tonight after learning of the death of one of Hodges Hall's celebrated cockroaches. The roach, a permanent resident of the facility, was pronounced dead in the north stairwell on Wednesday at 4:20 p.m. The roach is preceded in death by a long lineage of cockroaches who survived global climate change, modern advancements in pest control, and the occasional close encounter with human feet. While the cause of death had not been released by LSU Facility Services, many eyewitnesses say that the roach died in painful agony, screaming, quote, "I'm coming, Elizabeth." The roach is survived by his beloved wife and his thousands of spawn he's created over his lifespan. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family tonight. And in other news, as millions of college students return home to visit their families for the holidays, they'll inevitably want to toke up on some sticky George Bush Kush or that Reggie you got from behind Reggie's. However, with all of your stoner friends missing or in jail, where is an appropriate place to hide your shameful drug use from your parents? No worries, we here at the Funyon have a great list of suggestions of places you can get jingle blazed. First up on our list, behind your old high school. Trust me, no one looks back there, and I'm pretty sure those security cameras don't work anyways. Relive your glory days when all you needed in life was a minimum wage job and aspirations of getting into a great college. See how well that worked out? Our second location is the woods behind your parents' house. Convince your parents that you're going on a nature walk or something. They figure that's what their millennial liberal disappointment of a child does all day anyways. Be careful of bears, however. They're notoriously aggressive tokers always on the hunt for that next high. The third location is especially useful for all of our viewers close to large bodies of water. Levees are great places to get baked as you spend all day laying down in the tall grass watching the clouds go by. Just be careful of water snakes. They're notoriously vicious tokers always looking for that next high. Our fourth location is your cousin Daryl's double-wide trailer. Don't mind the toddlers sitting dangerously close to that vicious pit bull. They don't mind the smell. Daryl's life has turned to crap, so why not crap all over his abode with your inconsiderate bong rips? Yeah, Daryl's girlfriend / baby mama may have asthma, but she smokes 2 packs of Newports a day anyways, so she's just being a hypocrite. And finally, our fifth location is your casket. You see, all that dope you've been smoking is killing your brain cells and your ability to eat something other than Doritos and Funyuns. So while you may think it's cute to go smoke weed instead of going to church with your parents on Christmas, you'll see just how cute it is when they're mourning over your weed-laden corpse. This list was sponsored by Dabs, Dads Against Bongs. You can like their Facebook page and learn how to get help for your weed-addicted friends on thefunyon.com.
Coming up next, is there a wrong way to do missionary? The Pope speaks out.
Plus, we'll weigh in on Ferguson. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. That's next. Welcome back. In local entertainment news, an LSU sophomore billed as the next Nas is set to release his first full-length mixtape to great anticipation across the Baton Rouge art scene. Steven Chomovitz, aka The Chom, is set to release his mixtape entitled A Knight in Shinin' Armor via SoundCloud on December 25th. The son of a wealthy J.P. Morgan executive from Connecticut, The Chom states that he became interested in hip-hop after his dad bought him a MacBook Pro with GarageBand and then discovered that Eminem was a white guy. The December 25th release date is apparently no coincidence, as Chom stated, quote, "I'm the second coming, dog, God's gift. I'm here to take the crown." When asked to describe the upcoming mixtape, the Chom kept it confident and concise. Fire.
Because it is officially cuffing season, the Funyon wants to help make sure that everyone entering into relationships this winter is properly prepared. So to make sure that you have all the tools to survive your relationship until spring break, when you break up so you can slay some Gulf Shores tang, we're giving you relationship starter packs. Our first starter pack focuses on something I am very familiar with: white guys dating black girls. Guys, in order to make this relationship succeed, you're going to need a book of Maya Angelou poems to lift up your ebony princess when she's feeling down. You're also going to need a copy of the movie Love and Basketball so that you know what her ideal relationship looks like. If you happen to be bad at basketball, which, don't feel bad, many white men are, this can be substituted with any non-Medea Tyler Perry movie. You're also going to need a healthy supply of cocoa butter. Don't ask why, we just always need this. And finally, you'll need the Drake album, Nothing Was the Same, aka your future life soundtrack. Keep checking thefunyon.com to find out what a white girl needs to have a successful relationship with a black guy. Coming up next, I'll show you how to do the solo selfie on a budget.
Plus, is it just me, or does this show seem to really suck tonight? That's next.
You know, MJ, it's the holiday season, and I think we should both discuss our Christmas wishes, our Hanukkah hopes, and our Kwanzaa dreams.
Kwanzaa? Do I look like I'm Jewish?
My biggest wish this holiday season is for peace and harmony going into the new year. Yes, we've had struggles, heartache, pain, and sadness throughout the year. Yet there have been triumphs, joy, and elation as well. Let us not forget that goodwill towards all people can bring love and happiness to the faces of the hopeless, the souls of the forgotten, and the hearts of all people. This Christmas wish is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Open happiness.
That was beautiful, Logan. For this holiday season, my wish is, in my opinion, not asking for much. Just a little tranquility among family and friends, the chance to spread cheer to all those we meet. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is to dismantle the white power structure. For far too long, we've been manipulated into living under the status quo, but no longer. It's time for revolution, people, so either get with us or get behind us.
MJ, That Christmas wish is totally not sponsored by Coca-Cola, and that's totally not what they stand for.
Oh, no, you're right. My Christmas wish is sponsored by Seagram's Gin, a proud staple of drunk uncles everywhere. Seagram's, a pretty decent gin. Well, that's all for our show.
Join us by watching this special preview of what's in store for the Funyon. From all of us here, good night.